Welcome to my March TBR. As you could see, I already picked my books and I don't know what came over me. Maybe I was a little bit too motivated and delusional because picking 15 books for my March TBR is definitely delulu. I won't accomplish that. You only saw 10 physical books because the other 5 are ebooks. So I would say let's get through them and talk a little bit about each book. Let's start with the ebooks. 2 of them are for my next final chapter vlog. 3 of them are for another vlog that I planned for April because I want to read a fourth book for that vlog and I couldn't fit that in my March TBR. So let's start with the books for my next final chapter vlog. The first one is Heart Bay Number 4 by Stephanie Ross. The German title is Brisantes Wiedersehen, which is translated to Explosive Reunion. And this is now the final book of the Hardbay series. So I can finish this romantic suspense series with it, which I really like. And I also liked these stories before. So I can't wait to read now the story of Charles and probably a second chance romance with his ex-wife. We'll see about that. And after that, I can finish another series or more a complete universe because I want to read Rule of Wolves by Liber Dugon, which is the second book in the King of Scars duology around Nikolai. And it is also the final book in the Grishaverse. There are more books in this world, but more like fairy tales and a graphic novel, and I don't plan to read that. So for me, the Grishaverse is completed with Rule of Wolves, and I can't wait to continue the King of Scars duology because I really liked King of Scars teaser here. It is my most favorite book of the Grishaverse so far, so I have high hopes for Rule of Wolves and will probably already start now in February. It depends on when my buddy read partner Julia finished King of Scars, because of course I'm waiting for her, so we can enjoy this book together. And let's see if you can guess the topic of the planned vlog for the next 3 books or more. 4, but the fourth not on this DVR. The first book is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. It came out last summer. I've heard mixed things about it, but I want to build now my own opinion. I want to read it. I already took a quick view into it, started reading the sample for it, but haven't even completed the first chapter. There were a few things overdone that made me roll my eyes, but also a lot of things that intrigued me around our main character Ren, and also about the magic system of this world with the mods. So I'm intrigued to continue the book. And when I finished Silver Elite, I want to continue right away with another series, which is called The Reform Series by Ariel Sullivan. The first book is Conform, and that's the only book out at this point, like with Silver Elite. So I can try the first books in series here, which is not the topic of the vlog, but in some way also the topic of the vlog, because when I think about it, that is also the case for the other 2 books that I planned for this vlog. So all first books in a series. and also not more books out yet. The only thing I know about Conform, big hint here for the topic of the vlog, it is a dystopian novel and it has something to do with art, which intrigued me, but I haven't heard much about Conform yet. I have only seen it in one vlog, and my buddy read partner Julia mentioned it that she heard this is a dystopian novel I could be interested in, but she haven't read that one so far. But she will read all my books for this vlog with me. So Silver Elite, which Michelle will also join in the buddy read. Then Conform with Julia. And the third book for this vlog is To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast, which is the first book in the Divided Fate series. I heard a lot of good things about it, which is why I got a review copy of To Cage a Wild Bird. The good things I've heard intrigued me. I want to know more. And Michelle and Julia will also join me here, so we will do a buddy read. These are my girls on Discord I read a lot with, and I love that I can intrigue them to read so much with me because I love to discuss these books with them and to enjoy stories together, to even gossip a little bit about it when we don't like things. So I am very happy that I have them and that I met them online. But that's it for the ebooks, but not with the buddy reads. We continue with that because with Julia and Rebecca, I will also read Operation Bounce House by Matt Dinneman, the newest book by the Dungeon Crawler Carl author. We give the others a little bit of time to catch up with Dungeon Crawler Carl before we start book 7. And we thought that is perfect timing to read Operation Bounce House. I don't know much about it, but the synopsis intrigued me when I read it, and it almost sounded like the other side of a dungeon crawl, like the side that cleans up after a dungeon crawl. So I am intrigued to read this book. And with the amount of books I picked for my March TBR, I am glad that this book only had 400 pages and not 800 like the next Dungeon Crawler Carl book. So, yay to that, and let's continue with the next book, which is my Thursday Read With Me book. Maybe Julia will join me here. She isn't sure yet if she can fit it in her reading plans. When we also have a lot of other books to read. It is the first book in a duology, and I have this book on my TBR since 2024. It is time to read it now. It is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. It went sort of viral on social media when it came out, which is honestly why I bought the book. And I got the second book of this duology at Christmas from my parents as a gift. I can't say much about the book itself because I can't remember much of the synopsis. I know this is romantic fantasy, probably more romantic than fantasy. And it is based around a war, which is not my favorite kind of topic, but we'll see if I like it and if I want to continue with book 2, which would be then my Thursday Read With Me book for April. The next book is a book I don't know if I will get to it, because currently I am reading Zodiac Academy 9, the last book in the Zodiac Academy series, and after that I want to start the Darkmoor Penitentiary series by Susan Valentine and Caroline Peckham, which is a 4-book series set 5 years after Zodiac Academy. And we already know the main characters since the Ruthless Boys series, because the main characters are Leon's brother and Dante's little sister. And somehow this is set in prison. So I am intrigued by these premises. But as I said, I don't know if I will get to it, because I don't need this book for any upcoming vlogs yet. I plan to make a whole video on the Darkmoor Penitentiary series, but this has time. So fingers crossed here, and I will keep you updated. The next 3 books are all from the same author, an Austrian author that I really like. I've already read 4 books by him. One of these books already for another vlog, and now I thought 3 books left from this author. So let's make this an own vlog, especially because his newest book came out yesterday or today when I'm filming this, and I can't wait to read more of him. These are all science thrillers, which is my favorite kind of thrillers. And the first one is Celsius. Sadly, this is not available in English, but some of his books are. This book is based on the climate change, and that's basically everything I know about the book, which is next to nothing. But I think I will enjoy it based on my experiences with the author, which is why at this point I'm blindly buying his books. So let's see if I will also like this or this one, Gear, which is translated to Greed. This book is available in English, and I think this is not a science thriller, but more an economic thriller. Because, as I said, this is greed, and it is about greed, about earning money with businesses no matter what, no matter the consequences. And again, this is everything I know about this book. This is also a blind buy with my trust of the author. So let's talk about the newest and the 3rd book I want to read by him, which is Eden, his newest release. And I think I haven't even said his name yet. It is Mark Ellsberg, which you could already read on the books. I have read the synopsis here not long ago, and it is also about climate change, but also about AI and about governments. So a mega crisis of the world incoming based on nature catastrophes, but are they really coming from nature? So I am intrigued by that, and I need to thank Penguin Random House here, because I am so happy that I got accepted for a review copy of Eden, and I am also very happy that I can read it soon. The next book is a buddy read again, the first book of another series, and I don't know if I will read this for the next final chapter vlog or for another video after that. It depends on when I can finish this book. It is Loving Lucas by J. McLean. In English, this is called just Lucas, and it is the first book of the Preston Brothers series. And honestly, one of my best friends intrigued me to read this book, because she told me this series should have similar vibes than the Boys of Tommen series. which is one of my favorite series ever. So, instant buy for Lucas here, and I can't wait to try the series with Michelle again, which is the best option possible here because I've also read the Boys of Tommen series with her. So I'm glad to have her company here, and I hope I will enjoy this book. And one thing is still missing from this vlog, my Sunday Read With Me book from the Cosmic Universe. The last vlog of Ed Genza will come up in March, but then I will continue with Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 3 of the Stormlight Archive series and a chunk of a book and very heavy. It has 1,400 pages. So I will read this book over the next 14 weeks, 100 pages each week, because that way it is not as intimidating as it is to read 1,400 pages. So I can't wait to continue the Stormlight Archive series. I enjoyed book 1 and 2, and I can't wait to continue Shallan's storyline and especially Kaladin's storyline. Also Adolin. He also really grew on me in book 2. So I hope I enjoy this one too. And I'm filming now for almost half an hour. The vlog will end way shorter because I always need to cut a lot out because of all the moments I'm saying nothing, where I need to think what I want to say next, or when I arrange books. You don't need to see that. It's enough when I need to see these moments when I edit this video. But let me show you the last 2 books on my March TBR, which are these 2 ones. Die letzte erste Nacht and Der letzte erste Song, which translates to The Last First Night and The Last First Song. This is a new adult series by Bianca Jossivoni, a German author, and these are book 3 and 4 of her first series. The 2 books I picked from my 26 for 2026 list to read in March. And honestly, I also can't wait to read these books because I really enjoyed book 1 and 2. I remember that. I've read them years ago, and it was due to the amount of series I started that I haven't come around book 3 and 4 yet. But I will change that, hopefully in March. But if not, no worries. I will put them on my April TBR then for my next 26 for 2026 vlog. That won't come out until the end of April probably. I haven't planned it yet. So that's it. 10 physical books, 5 ebooks, which would mean 1 book every 2 days, which won't happen, by the way. I can already say that this won't happen. I would be very surprised if I would complete this whole TBR, even if I only read 400 pages of Oathbringer, not the whole book. It is still a lot to read, but I like to challenge myself. So here we are. I have 1 week of work in March, which can help, but I'm also not mad about myself when I don't finish this TBR. It is okay to challenge myself, but it is also okay to fail. I will not think about it twice. The only consequence of that would be that some of these books would also land on my April TBR to still read and finish them. But that's it. So please tell me in the comments what you want to read in March. Are you a fan of buddy reads like me, or do you want to read on your own? Like this video if you wanna, follow my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!